Hey everyone. I know the beginning video that I did on this channel, I said that this wasn't going to be the format with me driving, but it's been convenient to do sometimes, so here I am. I still would like to do more with reading faith-inspiring stories and things that have bolstered my faith, but I felt the need to share something today. I listened to a podcast or the channel, and I think it's called A Voice from the Dust. But her name's Tiffany Barker, and it was a really good one today. And she's talking about all the calamities in the world and how it doesn't matter where they come from, or if it's from man, or if it's who's behind it all, but. The point was that all the calamities are supposed to turn us to Christ, and that's what their design are. So if it humbles us to have an earthquake or fires or whatever it may be, those things are designed for us to turn to God. I really liked that, and she was talking about specifically one coming up. She's like, well, with the election, either way it goes, there will be some chaos that comes from it. If Donald Trump wins, the left won't be happy. If Kamala Harris wins, the right won't be happy. So she was talking about how there was most likely going to be some serious conflict. But it's designed to turn us toward God. And to me, I'm not worried about it at all. I did vote. I voted my conscience. I believe there's really only one option for a conscience this time, or between the two main parties, I should say. I fell for that third party nonsense in 2016, and I didn't realize it was just a vote for the opposing party. But yeah, so this year there was, in Nevada at least, there was one who was probably a much better candidate, but he didn't have a chance of winning. So I voted my conscience, and I'm not going to say who it was. You probably can infer who it is, but because that's not the purpose of my channel. I want to share faith-uplifting things, and to me, all the chaos that's going to come through this election, and this is a pretty key election in my opinion. I personally believe it's going to be the last election the U.S. ever has. A little controversial there, but I do believe that, and I believe there will be a lot of chaos for the next few years because of it. But I'm not worried. I'm at peace with it. Whatever happens. It's prophecies being fulfilled. It's good. But I just was reminded of President Nelson's talk about the temple and preparing for the second coming. All these things are going to prepare us for the second coming. So why bother being upset about it or not at peace with it? But I was just thinking about that talk. I even re-listened to that talk because I really loved that talk this last conference, where he names off the temples that, and 4 of them were special to me, where 2 of them where I'd lived, and 1 right near where I lived, and on my mission was right near where I served in New Jersey, and then 2 others where I had lived in Price, Utah, and lived right near Coeur d'Alene, and so all those places were special to me. And then I had a spiritual experience knowing that there would be a temple in Dublin, or well, not in Dublin, in Ireland, and I had felt a strong prompting of the Spirit that there was going to be one there. With I've turned a lot to my ancestry and found ancestors in Ireland and Scotland and Wales and England, and so I've been fascinated with their culture over there, and would love to visit there sometime, and hope to be able to visit there doing missionary work, but anyway, I had those special experiences, and the temple was so important to it, and that was what will prepare us for the second coming, is going to the temple. And I felt, that is what we should be doing, and I've been feeling that for about over a year now, that we need to be going to the temple more. We need to be going more. It's so important. And I've thought about moving several times. I'm still thinking about it, planning on it actually. But I don't remember when he started talking about it, but maybe it was after last conference when the covenants were mentioned. I guess conference in April, when covenants were mentioned like over 300 times or something like that. And there's a guy who's I've really enjoyed his videos on YouTube. His name's Matt Jepson, and he talked about we should be going to the temple more than what we think we are capable of doing. And I liked that. I thought that was a good advice. Before that, we had been going about once a month. We've tried to go once a month. We were able to make it a little bit more with some of the open houses, because we got to go to the St. George open house, the Red Cliffs open house, and the Manti open house. We made special effort to make sure our kids got to go see those, and that was good. And I felt like that was going a little bit more than what we had also went to go in to do ordinances and work for those that have passed on. But this year I've tried to make it my goal to go twice a month. We haven't been able to do that every month, but we've done most months been able to do twice a month, and it's been such a blessing in my life. My testimony has been strengthened. I feel like my relationship with my kids have gotten better. It wasn't never bad, but I feel like it's gotten a lot better, and it's hard. We live about an hour and 40 minutes away from the Las Vegas temple, and it's about a little over 2 hours to the St. George temple. And with kids and me working 5 days a week, it is hard to make it twice a month. It's hard to make it once a month. But I just wanted to kind of maybe share a little bit of what we've been doing to help make it work and to make it easier to do that. Since we live so far, sometimes my mom lives close. A lot of the time me and my wife will go once with my mom watching the kids, and sometimes we'll go with me. I'll watch the kids outside the temple or around the temple area, and then while my wife goes in, and then she'll trade me off and do the same thing when she's done. And so that works some, right? It makes for a little bit longer of a day when we do that, but to make it work, that's something that's been making it work. The other thing that we've been doing that has made it easier and made it so we can try to go twice a month is once a month we've been trying to just book a room on Friday night in a motel in St. George, and we'll stay there. And this room is a suite, so it can have 6 people, and a lot of times my mom will come with us and she'll watch the kids there, but that way we don't have to leave the kids for such a long time, because that's been hard for me, is that I only get to see the kids in the evening and Saturdays and Sundays anyway, So it makes it more bearable to, not bearable, more easier for us to go if the kids are close and we can do something with them afterwards. I mean, it's not easy. It's required a little bit of sacrifice and money and time, but we haven't noticed a difference in our accounts. It's been a blessing to be able to go and to worship in the house of the Lord. A couple other things I just wanted to share what we're doing. I'm trying to make the temple important to my kids too. I know that anytime we're around the temple, we try to point them out and try to drive by. Oh, look, there's this temple. When we went to a family reunion and over the summer, we went up through Utah and went up by Logan. Well, our whole way up there, anytime we saw a temple, we pointed out the window. Look, you can see the temple. Look, there it is. Try to make that important to them. The other thing I mentioned was we tried to go to the open houses. We went to St. George and Manti, which were both absolutely amazing. So incredible. The Red Cliffs one was pretty too. It wasn't nearly as majestic as St. George and Manti, but it was still a very beautiful place and very well done. The other one we're going to try to go to, I don't know, there's two that we're going to try to go to, maybe one of them at least. We'll try to go to maybe the Grand Junction one or the Elko one, which are both probably going to be done this next year. Grand Junction is only an hour and a half from where my in-laws live. And Elko, it'll be a little bit of a drive. It's about 5.5 hours, but I think it would be worth it to go to one. I think it's worth it to make the effort to go to them and have your kids want to go to the temple. It just reminds me of I love to see the temple. I'll go inside someday. They get so excited that they get to go inside those ones. And a little bit disappointed that they don't get to go in after the open house, after the dedication. But they look forward to it. The one other one that we did this last year was I planned a trip, and we did church history trip last year to Nauvoo and Missouri, and that was very sacred, very special experience to me. Something that I've always wanted to do. While there, I fell in love with Missouri and Nauvoo, both of those places. Would love to live there someday, hopefully. Hopefully in Jackson County or any. It's all. But I mean, I hope to be a part of that. But the other one this year, we decided to do. We took a trip to Kirtland and to Palmyra, so we did both of those this year. And then in the middle, we went to Niagara Falls. But that was amazing as well. Such an amazing trip. And it was fun because the Kirtland Temple had just been bought by the church, and so they got to do a different tour and focus on some of the more spiritual things on the tour in the temple. But that was one I remember telling my kids, especially my daughters, like, this is one that you can go in. Everyone gets to go in this temple. And it's not the same temple that we have today because they don't have the same ordinances, but there is definitely a sacred spirit to that temple. And I don't think it's... I know they talk about in Doctrine and Covenants section 109 where it says, out of this house, that could be all the temples. But I really feel that there's a special spirit about that house, about the Kirtland Temple. And it was fun to get to go inside that temple with my kids and to know that they could go back inside that one. It's been good to have that focus on the temple, and I've enjoyed it. It's been uplifting to me and my family, and then one other thing that I've been doing that I'm trying to do. We like getting pictures where we go and of the temple, and I've been building picture frames for them. I feel like that's one of the talents I actually do have. I get critical of myself sometimes, but I enjoy woodworking, and it's an out for me. I enjoy building something that I enjoy building things, and woodworking has been one thing that I've been able to do that I feel like I can maybe consecrate my efforts in building to try and maybe glorify God in some way. So this year for Christmas, I bought a bunch of 5x7 pictures from Altus Fine Art, I think is what it was called. They have really cool pictures of the temple and some of Christ, and I bought a bunch of those, and I let my kids pick one that they would like to hang in their room, or to hang that could be theirs. And I'm gonna build picture frames for them, and that'll be part of their Christmas this year. And then I bought a bunch of them, so I'm gonna try and sell them and give others an option for a faith or Christ-centered Christmas present this year. Hopefully that works out. I'm really excited about it. I just got 2 more types of wood that are really pretty, really beautiful pieces of wood. So I'm excited for that. Maybe once I'm finished with them, I'll take pictures and post them on the YouTube channel. I don't know, or Facebook or whatever it is, but I'm excited for it. So, and I hope everyone else can feel the excitement in needing to go to the temple. It is such an important thing that we need to be doing right now. I can't explain it other than I have that drive and that feel to be closer to a temple, to be able to worship in the temple more. If things work out after our baby's born in January, we're gonna try and sell our house and move closer to a temple. But if not, we'll just keep doing what we're doing for now, and hopefully be able to have more opportunities to go. I can testify that it is going to prepare us for the second coming of the Savior. He is preparing us for His return, and one way He's able to do that is sacred time in the temple, and us making time sacred for Him. And I testify that is true, that He wants us in the temple. He wants to communicate with us. He wants to be a part of our lives. And as I want to be a part of theirs, I want to be with them. I want to serve and help others come unto Him. And that's the purpose of this channel. Is I want to reach someone that maybe is down in their spirit and share my experiences and what has helped me. But I know that the temple and Jesus Christ will bring us to Him, and it will give us the peace we need in these coming days, these coming trials and tribulation that's upon us, and that I believe has already begun. And I say that in His name, Jesus Christ. Amen.